A lot of people think that starting your AI agency is super complicated, but it is not the case. Literally, starting your AI agency, there's literally four things that you have to focus on, right? You have to focus on the niche, you have to focus on your offer, you have to focus on the sales part, and you have to focus on the onboarding part. That's it. That's the only thing that you have to do. So if you want to have numbers like this, 1,000, 300, 500, 500, 4,000, 3,000, and even more, literally that's the fourth thing that you have to focus on. You have to focus on the right niche, right? Make sure that you have the right niche, make sure that you have the right offer, make sure that your sales game is top notch, make sure that you have a crazy good onboarding. That way the client don't regret after and ask you for a refund. But how do you actually start everything? So in this video, I'm gonna go and show you exactly how to build your own AI agency. Literally, it's gonna take 20, 15 minutes, but let's keep moving forward. So the first thing that you want to do is picking a niche. Guys, picking a niche could be the best decision of your life or the worst decision of your life. If you pick the wrong niche, it could literally destroy your business. Take the wrong niche, you're not gonna be able to charge higher, right? Let's say you want to sell something for $10,000, but you decide to go with real estate agent. Most real estate agents do not make money. So you are literally wasting your time on that, except if you want to go after the luxury real estate agent, like the top 1%, right? But we don't want that. What we actually want to do, we want to make sure that, okay, when we pick a niche, we want to make sure that, okay, there's at least 10, 20, 50, or even 100,000 businesses, not in my area, but in the country or in my state. You want to make sure that you have enough businesses that you can help in your state, right? There's enough market for everyone, but we want to make sure that the market is big enough. So once we know that the market is big enough, second thing that we want to verify, we want to actually make sure that they actually make money, right? If we want to charge 1,500 per month, 2,000 per month, 5,000 upfront, 10,000, 20,000 upfront, we want to make sure that, okay, every time I bring them one client, they actually make either their investment back or they make, a lot of money upfront, right? For example, chiropractor, right? Dentist, remodeling, solar, roofing, those type of company. There's a lot of roofing company. There's a lot of remodeling company. They charge a lot of money upfront, 15 to 20,000. So you want to make sure that you go after niches like that. So I'm going to show you a little image. So you want to make sure, you have a lot of people. All right. So let's draw two. Let's make sure that, we draw two people here. Voila. Voila. Let me draw another one. That way we know, there's a lot of them, right? We want to make sure that, they are also making money. Very, very super, super important, because else, if they are not making any money, right, you are literally wasting your time. We want to make sure that they make money. After, you have to pick a business name. How do you pick a business name, right? Very, very easy. In 2026, the only thing you have to do, you open ChatGPT and you say, hey, I'm creating a business. I'm creating an AI businesses for a remodeling company. Help me find a business name. Well, I wrote everything wrong, but business name. After that, literally, that's literally it. That's it. Like, let's say I click, right? It's gonna basically give me a bunch of different names, right? Buildflow AI, Renovix AI, Constructor AI, Builder, Opera. Like, you have a bunch of examples. You see what I mean? After, you need to create your logo. So let's say once you choose, let's say we choose Buildflow, or I like Renovix AI. Let's take Renovix AI, right? I choose this one. Now help me create a logo. That's simple. That's simple. So now we have the logo created, right? We're still waiting on the logo. We're still waiting on the logo right here. But after, once we have the logo down, the thing that we want to do, we're going to create a Facebook and Instagram page. So to create a Facebook and Instagram page is very simple. You go on Instagram, you create a new account, and you create your page. That's simple. But Facebook is a little bit more complicated than that. So what you want to do, you want to go to business.facebook.com, right? Once you go to business.facebook.com, you want to make sure that you, first of all, create, very, very important, you want to make sure that you create a business portfolio. Why do you need to create a business portfolio? Because you want to make sure that you keep your personal account and your business account separated. You want to make sure that it's two different things. So once you create, your business portfolio, then you can go into settings and you can actually create a new page, right? You click on setting, you click on page, you click on add, you click on create a new Facebook page, you choose your page, you choose a category, you choose it by you. You can literally ask ChatGPT. For the page name, we already have it, right? We need to Renovix AI category, remodeling. We put that here. Now let's do AI. Can we do AI? I mean, whatever you choose one, right? Bio, we can literally copy and paste, put it on ChatGPT, and we're done. Then we'll confirm, done, 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 perfect. Once that's done, what we're gonna do, we're gonna click on View on Facebook, right? Once that's View on Facebook, we want to make sure that we do two things. We want to make sure that we put our logo right here. Look super, super beautiful. We want to make sure that we put our logo right here. Then we're gonna also ask ChatGPT, hey, help me create a background logo for my Facebook page. Voila, done. Once that's done, you just put the picture and you put it here, right? So it's very, very simple, very straightforward. You don't have to do almost anything. After, you have to create your offer deliverable. So what are you actually going to offer to your client? And the easiest thing that you can do, you offer a full AI system, but how are you going to put it into work? Right? You can literally say, hey, I'm going to give you 100 qualified leads in 90 days, or you don't pay, or I don't give you your money back. Very, very simple. So you create your offer deliverable. Okay, what am I actually going to deliver to the client? What am I actually going to give to the client? So you could build a full AI system, lead gen, AI voice, AI SMS, content, everything, right? And if you need help, you literally go, help me create my offer deliverable for my AI agency. What does top remodeling company or whatever model companies does, and that the small companies do not do, not the small company, that most remodeling company do not do. Yeah, that then you literally have your offer deliverable right here. Run a system, blah blah blah, follow up. So now you just literally the respond under 5 seconds, right? So AI instant respond. They pre-qualify before wasting time, most company. So AI pre-qualify that filter by budget, range, timeline, or when to start whatever. They have a predictable lead engine. So we're also gonna give them lead gen. They track every step with numbers. So we also gonna give them, let's say, a sales dashboard or something. That way they know exactly the number. Follow up, AI follow up, right? The sales speed and quality, AI estimate assistant that collect photo measurement and scope note, right? Very, very good. Uh, Protecting calendar, whatever. Anyway, you can choose all of that. Then after, the thing that you have to do, you have to create your offer messaging. So the difference between the offer deliverable and the offer messaging is the offer messaging you want to actually make is the offer that you're going to do on your Facebook ad. It's basically what are the message that you're going to put in front of people to actually get them to come and book an appointment with you or to come and get their information. So, for example, an offer would be for example, the one I said, get 100 qualified leads or you don't pay, right? That would be number one. Or number two, you could say pay only per result. Get 100 qualified leads with AI, pay per result. You see what I mean? So the offer messaging is very, very different. And when you say pay per result, it doesn't have to be pay per result, But there's basically two ways that you can go with the pay per result thing, right? Because I know a lot of people are saying, hey, yeah, but if I do pay per result, but I'm not actually offering pay per result. So what can you actually do? Right. So what you can actually do, let's say you have on the offer, you have, let's do offer one, right? Which is not a pay per result. It's your regular offer. It's gonna be, let's say, $5,000 upfront, and you give them everything, right? What you want to do, you will have this offer, right? They can choose whatever ad spend. They can choose whatever ad spend they want. I mean, you need to put, let's say, a minimum, not whatever ad spend. You need to put, let's say, a minimum 50, right? But this would be, let's say, you men offer. But after that, let's say you want to have an offer two, right? So your offer two would be, let's do offer two. Your offer two would be a pay-per-result type of offer, but you want to make it sound like it's not a good deal for them. So they always want to go to the offer one. For example, offer two, pay per result, but it's $200 per day that they have to spend on ads to qualify. And when I say pay per result, you basically have two options. You have, let me just pull it here. You have pay per close. You have, you put this, you have pay per appointment. There's the last one, but most people don't take it because they actually have no idea if your thing is actually working. So, but there's that third option that you can also frame it also, pay per lead. The pay per lead thing would be more so in insurance. If you're selling, let's say, to financial firm or financial advisor, this would be something very interesting for them. So you have pay per close, pay per appointment, pay per lead. So that's what I mean when they say pay per result. So basically, the way you make it sound, you basically put the offer to so hard that they will say, okay, you know what, let me just go to with the offer one. So pay per result, they have to spend $200 a day to qualify, and each, for example, for each appointment that you bring them is, let's say, 250, right? Or even $500. You want to make sure that the offer two is way less attractive than the offer one. So that's how you can play with the create the offer messaging thing. But just also remember, let me just take that quickly. No. Let me just take that one quickly. Voila. So the offer messaging, like I said, there's literally two things that you can see or do when you do the offer messaging is get X and X amount of time, or you don't pay. Or the one I said earlier, which is the pay per result one. So get X with AI, pay per result. It's those two things that you can basically go with. So this would be your offer messaging, and don't forget your offer deliverable is actually what are you gonna do for them? Are you gonna bring them, for example, what you can do for them is bring them 100 qualified leads, or they don't pay. 100 qualified leads. You're gonna give them 100 qualified leads in 90 days, or they don't pay, right? Because technically, if you give them a full refund, they're not paying. So this is that you need to create your offer messaging after you have to do your sales funnel. So making the sales funnel is actually very, very tricky. Why making the sales funnel is tricky? Because the sales funnel will basically decide the next step of your business. Because yeah, you pick your niche, you pick your business name, you create everything, right? You have a good offer, you have a good messaging, but if your sales funnel is shitty, your sales funnel is shitty, right? If your sales funnel is shitty, there's literally nothing that you can do. So you want to make sure that from the time where people actually see your ads and they go to all the process. So for example, you can bring them to a landing page. Me, what I usually like to do, let's go here, right? Let's do sales funnel. Let me put it here. So me, I'm just gonna call it sales funnel. Me, what I actually like to do with the sales funnel, I want to have, okay, I bring them to, let me just remove that. Bang. We'll just do that. So me, what I like to do with the sales funnel, let me just make it a little bit bigger. Well, whatever. What I like to do with the sales funnel, I'd like to have, I like to have a VSL page. And the VSL page, what I like to do, there's basically two options from there, right? It's either on the VSL page, you start with a form first, a form, then they book an appointment. A form, so the VSL page, a form, then they book an appointment. After you can have the pre-call page. So why does the pre-call page so important? So pre-call page is very important to actually handle the objection before the call. So what you want to have in your pre-call page is very simple. One, you are going to have first of all, you're gonna have a video of you thanking them for booking an appointment. Then after, what you want to do, you want to make sure that A, confirm the appointment. Oh wow, I didn't even see that. So you want to have a thing of then confirming the appointment right here. So it could be an image. You don't have to film a video. It could be like literally an image. An image, for example, let me show you. It could literally be an image like pre-call page. It could be an image like this. Let me show you. It could be an image like this. Step 2, confirm. Right? An image like this to tell them, hey, just want to make sure that you confirm everything. So confirm the appointment. Let me put the image. Then after, you want to make sure that you have 3 videos pre and down their objections. So what do I mean by that? So you want to make sure that when they come to you, right? You want to make sure that when they jump on a call with you, they already watched those 3 videos that actually in the relation. Okay, what's the price? What if it's too expensive? How much time the deliver take? What is the service or whatever, right? We want to make sure that you have 3 videos ready to film, basically telling them, pre-handling their objection. Very, very important. Very, very, very important. Most people actually overlook that step, right? And step right here, the last one is you want to have a bunch of testimonial. You want to have a lot of testimonial. Actually, you want to have testimonial freaking everywhere. You want to have testimonial on the VSL page, the form. You want to have the VSL page. You want to have and the appointment page. You want to have it and the pre-call page. So yeah, just make sure that you have freaking testimonial everywhere. We want to see testimonial everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. That's very, very important, right? So that was the first step on how to do it. The second step is very simple. Instead of having a VSL page, what you can actually have, you can have a Facebook form page. So they go to the Facebook form. So basically, a Facebook form, if you guys don't know what it is, a Facebook form is basically when you do media ads, there's basically 2 choices. So you can have the form on a landing page. So a form is the question that you ask to people, or you can have the form straight away on Facebook. When you do on Facebook, the cost per lead is cheaper, but the intention is lower. When you do it on a landing page or a VSL page, the cost per lead or the cost per appointment is higher, right? But the intention is also higher. So there's a win and a lose in each one of those. So you do a Facebook form, then after the Facebook form, you actually bring them straight to the VSL page actually. So let me just do that. Just do that. You bring them straight to the VSL page. Now the only thing that will be different is from there. No, let me do here. The only thing that will be different is from the VSL page. Since we already have the question, we just want to make sure that they book the appointment. And when they book the appointment, we can ask them a lot of questions, right? When they book the appointment, we don't only want to have their full name, phone number, whatever. We want to make sure that we ask them a bunch of qualifying questions. So this is what you have to do for the sales funnel, right? Sales funnels, literally having a bad sales funnel could ruin everything that you did before. So you want to make sure that you have a very good sales funnel. After, you want to make sure that you build a good sales process. That's the next step. So what do I mean by building a good sales process? So building a good sales process is basically, okay, what's happening after that? What's going to happen once, a lead comes in? What if they didn't book an appointment? What if they booked an appointment? So you want to make sure that you have automation in place. You want to make sure that you have people, or even AI. You can use AI. We use AI in the business. You want to make sure that you have AI reaching out to them as soon as the lead comes in, right? You want to make sure that the AI reach out as soon as the lead comes in. You want to make sure that the AI reach out when they book an appointment to congratulate them on, thank you for booking the appointment. Those are the next step. So make sure that you have all the automation built for a sales process. So remember, sales process is making making automation for when the leads comes in, making automation for when the leads book an appointment, making automation for when the leads don't show up. So basically nurturing everything, making sure you have a very, very good sales process. After that is making all the front end automation. So front end automation and building the sales process is close to similar, right? So all the front end automation, okay, all the automation that you need to do, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen when the lead comes in, right? After you make a post call automation. So what happened after they book the appointment? What happened after you had, let's say, your first intro call with a person? Because well, the way we do it, we do a two-step call, right? First intro call, then the closing call. So what happened after you have the first call with a person? After, what you need to do, right? A lot of people would say, hey, you need to get good at sales, do this, do that. But me, I would actually argue there's two things that you can do, right? There's two things that you can do. Me, I'm not good at sales, but I did something very smart. What I did is, number one, I found a good partner that complete me and is good in sales. That's the first thing that you can literally do. Or you can have number two, right? You can just go hire a closer. Very simple. Hire a closer. I'm not into the learning to close and all of that stuff. Why? Because learning to close will make you waste so much money and so much time. So instead of learning how to close, either find a good partner that completes you and know how to close, right? Or you can just hire a closer. That simple, right? Then after you hire a closer, you just need to train the closer, and also you need to hire an appointment setter. But usually you can find me. What I like to do, I like to find closers that basically call the leads and close them at the same time. That way I can just pay them 15% commission and it's good. But you can also find a setter and you can find a closer. All right. But if you have a partner, most likely your partner will also set them and close them. So this is that you hire a closer, and there's the last few step is you need to launch ad. A lot of people will tell you, hey, do cold DM, do this, do that, do that. I don't really like cold DM. If I really, really hate something, is cold DM or cold calling. I'm not a cold calling guy. I really, really hate cold calling. I believe that if you need to cold call, what you should do instead is, instead of doing cold outreach, go get a job, right? Go get a job, get the money for the ads, and start running ads. When I say ads, I'm basically talking about Facebook ads. There's also people doing a couple of ads on TikTok also. Yeah, well, whatever. You see what I mean? So Facebook ads and TikTok ads. And the way we do our ads, right? You can try arcads.ai. It's a very, very good platform. What I like with arcads.ai, you have a bunch of UGC type of people to help you do your ads, right? The one that have been working the most is are the UGC girls for let's say we under construction company UGC girls. So do your ads and launch your ads with arcads.ai. Literally arcads.ai is, you can just go right arcads.ai and you should see it here. Arcads.ai. So you have a lot of UGC type of people. Voila. Then the couple of last step is to create the onboarding process. Creating the onboarding process, I believe, is one of the most important thing that you can do. I remember me and my partner, we actually lost a $12,000 deal because we took 24 hours to send the contract to the client. Like having a onboarding process is very, very, very super important. So what do I mean by onboarding process? Onboarding process, okay, is what's gonna happen after you actually close the client, right? Once the payment is received, once it's part of the deal, once you want to start working with you, what are the next steps? And you want to make sure that all the next steps are not only very, very clear, but is also happening very, very super fast. That way, you don't want him, to regret, oh, maybe it's not the right fit. They're taking so much time, and after they ask for a refund, it's gonna ruin your whole day, and you're gonna be wasting your time. So make sure that you create a good onboarding process. So onboarding process is, for example, a couple of automation that you do when the lead comes after you sign the lead. Automation. You want to make sure you also build a landing page that will eventually. Let me actually show you what I mean. Let me Let me go here. Let me do onboarding funnel. Like you have a welcome video, for example, here telling them, hey, welcome to this, that. Thank you. You have the info survey. So info survey is okay, all the information that you need from them. Then you have the onboarding call, right? You let them book the onboarding call, and once they book the onboarding call, you send them the next step. So me, what I like to do, I like to send them basically a mind map, a game plan map, telling them, okay, from day one, so from today to the next 14 days, what exactly are we going to be working on? That's it. So you have a clear onboarding process. That way they don't regret, they don't ask for refund. One thing that you also need to do is I want you to create organic content. I know. I want you to create organic content. And you don't need to buy something very expensive or whatever. You don't need to do all of that. What I actually want you to do, I want you to, take your phone, right? If you have an iPhone, you should be okay. Take your phone and start filming content. And how do you find ideas for content? You can literally go on ChatGPT or go on Claude and basically use it. It's that simple. Ask him, hey, I have that I have that agency that I'm building. I want to do a content plan for 30 days. I'm trying to get most reach as I can and get new client. Help me do it. And the content, the organic content that you can do, there's basically two ways for you to do it, right? You can either do it on, let me just do that. You can do it on YouTube. YouTube for B2B is actually killing it right now. Or you can do it, just do that. You can do it on IG and TikTok. IG and TikTok. So yeah, make sure that you create a lot of organic content, because not only you're gonna get a lot of people are gonna come into your page and gonna look at what you're doing, you're gonna get free lead, but also you're gonna have a lot of notoriety. So make sure that you do either IG, TikTok, or just YouTube. Me, if I was you, I would just start on YouTube straight away. And the last step, and I believe the most important step, is you need to hire someone on Fiverr to actually deliver the service for you. The biggest mistake that I see a lot of people do is they try to do the full system themselves, right? They are too greedy. Me, what I like to tell you to do, once you deliver, once you send your client, you need to find someone on Fiverr or on Upwork. You can literally go, let me show you. You can literally go on Upwork, right? AI specialist. Let's see. You can only go on Upwork, for example, generalist AI specialist, $15 an hour. You don't need to do all of it. You just tell me, hey, I'm gonna pay you $500, 500 USD. They're actually gonna do it, right? It's that simple. Or if you don't like to pay, per hour, you can literally go on Fiverr and find the right people for your business. It's the same thing. You just need to go, right? AI specialist. AI specialist, and you have project from $146 to $30, $15. So just make sure that you find the right person. And even for the Facebook ads, if you do lead gen for a client, you can do Facebook ads, and you will find a lot of people that are actually good with setting up Facebook ads and all of that. So what I mean is, make sure that you don't deliver everything for yourself, because the main reason that you actually started and you created your business is to get more freedom, right? Freedom meters, treating I live by: freedom of money, freedom of time, and freedom of location. So if you start doing and deliver everything yourself, at some point you're gonna get 10, 20 clients, you're gonna be stuck because you're not gonna be able to handle more people. So instead of starting to hire later, start to hire now. That way you're making literally money doing anything. You're not doing anything. So guys, that's it for the video. I hope you guys fully understand everything that I said. And it was a little bit complicated with my with my drawing, but it has been a pleasure for me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.